Hey Aquarius, welcome to my channel. I hope this year has been treating you well so far. Okay Aquarius, this is going to be a check-in for you to see what energies are around you, messages of guidance. So let's get into it. Spirit, please and thank you for the sign of Aquarius, the collective sun and strong placements. Messages of guidance for the Aquarius collective. Only messages of love and light. Negative energy must leave the space now. My field is sovereign. All imprints, entities, energies, signals, frequencies that are not aligned with my source must leave now. All non-consensual access is now purged and sealed. Okay, Aquarius, let's see. The strongest messages are going to come through. So it's not going to resonate for every single Aquarius out there. I am reading for the Aquarian collective. So if it doesn't resonate for you, Aquarius, don't make it fit. Don't make it your story. Okay, let's see. Only jumpers. Walking away from something. You could be going on a quest, a journey, a pilgrimage, but you are definitely walking away from something here. I think for your own emotional safety and for your own emotional benefit. And it's about moving towards your wish fulfillment as well. It's about integrating the emotions, integrating the experiences, being grateful and thankful for them, but no longer wanting to stay stuck. Why do I feel like I want to say stuck there? It is an 8 card as well, which is prosperity. Jumpers only, please. Please and thank you. The Ace of Pentacles. So this is something new. Maybe it's a new job opportunity that's coming in for you, but it's something new in the physical world. It could even be a new location, a new home. But there's something about not wanting to stay stuck where you are. This is a new beginning. This is a seed. You are planting a new seed, and it may be for a completely new chapter. Aquarius. This is when, the universe kind of gives us an opportunity to make something of, whatever they are landing in our field. So it's still very much in infancy stages. It's still very much just a seed. And it's going to depend on you to nurture this and to grow it, to provide all the necessary nourishment that this needs in order to grow. And that means your time, your energy, your passion, your commitment, and your trust and your faith in it. If this is something that you are aligned with, which I feel that it is, because it is, coming in with the 8 of Cups, which is walking away from something. Could definitely be relocation or a new job, a new career, a new opportunity. Only jumpers, please and thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you, Spirit. The High Priestess, card of Pisces, highly intuitive. So you are trusting your intuition with this, Aquarius. And because you are an air sign, you tend to normally not delve into the emotions or not make decisions based only on emotion and on intuition. You are very logical and intellectual. Usually you need to kind of rationalize things in your mind before making a decision. But it feels like for this instance, your higher self has been calling, and you are trusting that. You are trusting your intuition with that. I do feel like this year, Aquarius, is very much about us as individuals aligning with Source, aligning with our guides, aligning with a higher power. It's a 10 year, which reduces to a 1, but the 1 is the individual, that is you, and the naught or the 0 is Source, the cosmic egg, the beginning of creation. So this is very much a co-creation with Spirit, and that's why I feel you feel more comfortable trusting your intuition about it. It might have been something that you have been praying about, so this has been guidance from the divine. You see that this message is coming from the divine. It is a message from the divine, landing in your physical body. And you are trusting that. It could have been, an answer to something you've been praying about, an opportunity. Oh, jumpers, please and thank you. Manifesting. So, listening to Spirit. This is a card of Gemini. It is also a major arcana, and it is a 1 card. And 1 is about the idea. The 0 is the Fool's journey. So I do feel like you are embarking on some sort of journey here. Could also be a spiritual journey. And from the 0, you then move to the 1, which is where you use the tools that you have to land the 0 energy into something substantial, into something physical. This is not about forcing. This is not about rushing action. This is not about pushing, hustling. This is about allowing flow. It is about allowing receiving. It is about prayer. I do feel very strongly that this is about going within, silence, listening to your intuition, listening to Source, and using all the resources at your disposal to be able to land whatever this is beautifully into the ground, into the earth, into your space in a very material way. Major arcana, so there's definitely support and help from the universe here or from Spirit. It's beautiful. Beautiful energy. It doesn't feel as heavy or as difficult as some of the other signs. Wow, another major arcana. So something is definitely shifting or ending in your world, Aquarius. A whole new cycle is beginning. This is the last card in the Fool's journey, in the major arcana, where a cycle is wrapped up and a new cycle begins. It is also a card of Saturn, which is about structure. It is about doing things by the book, tying things up in a neat little knot, but it's also about the ending and release of old structures as well. And I feel like that's what's happening in your space. It reminds me of the snake energy as well, that loop that is around her. That, it's the shedding of the skin and a completely new cycle in your world. That's bringing in something new here. And that makes sense. That makes sense, in that you are moving away from something, walking away from something, leaving something behind. There's a completely new offer here in the material world. Sometimes this could also be engagement, but I'm not sensing that it is necessarily related to a relationship. I am sensing that this is more for you in your own personal development, personal growth, personal journey. What else for Aquarius, please? Jumpers only. And you see how all the fixed signs, and you are a fixed sign, Aquarius, the fixed signs are holding this together. So it's almost, and that's the structure that comes in. So here's Taurus, the fixed sign Taurus. This is Leo. This is Scorpio, the phoenix or the eagle. And Aquarius, air. So each of the elements are holding this circle together so that you can move forward on a solid foundation. It's almost like you have, it's been maybe a difficult few years for you, Aquarius, to get things off the ground. And it's like the lessons have been learned, the cycle has completed. It's now time to integrate and use what you've learned to move forward. For some of you, this could also be a Saturn return year, which would be very interesting. If you are 28 years old, that's normally when Saturn returns in your birth chart, and it brings in a lot of life lessons. It comes, in with a life audit in a way to make us question, how far we have come, the choices that we've made, where are we moving to next. And it's time to stop holding on. I think this is the difficult part about moving to a new chapter or embodying or embracing something completely new. It is difficult to let go of what we have known. Sometimes, even if it's really hard, it's what we have become accustomed to and what we have become comfortable in sitting in. And so that can be very difficult to let go of. So you are in a transition, I feel, Aquarius, between two timelines, between two worlds. The one world is looking at, the comfort of your circumstances or, what you are used to. And being a fixed sign, change is not always easy for you because, the fixed signs kind of hold the grid together. So change for us can be quite unsettling. But this is about trusting in the letting go, trusting your intuition, and knowing that without letting go, that there can't be anything new that comes in. So if we're holding on too tightly to what we have now, there's no space for anything new to come in. There's no space in his body, for any new pentacle to land in. So it is very important that there is a release process here for you, Aquarius. At the bottom of the deck, Chariot, card of Cancer. So moving forward quickly, that is your confirmation, that it's okay. This is someone that is leaving the village. He is trusting where his steeds are leading him. In some of the tarot decks, the sphinxes are horses. This is the year of the fire horse, the year of momentum. So there is a lot of momentum once you release, once you decide to release. There is going to be a lot of momentum forward for you. Anything else for Aquarius, please, Spirit, please, and thank you, to clarify? Any closing messages for Aquarius, please, and thank you. The Hierophant, another major arcana. So that's the fourth major arcana to come through. Hierophant is the card of Taurus. And it's interesting, I was talking about releasing structures and listening to source. Releasing old structures, which is Saturn. Releasing old beliefs, releasing old structures. And listening to source. Listening to guidance from source is going to be very important for you. This is a 5. in the major arcana, and fives represent change. Five represents a shake-up in our world. Five is, the gypsy energy, the nomad energy, moving, being adaptable, being flexible, being able to pivot when you need to. Sorry, Aquarius, I keep getting spam calls. The spam calls are on another level. I also feel like you are sensing the need to, sensing a purpose coming in for you, because that is Aquarian energy. For you, the purpose or the benefit of the greater collective is very important to Aquarius. Philanthropy is your middle name, and giving back, community, the greater good is your energy. So I do feel like you are listening to Source about what the next step to take is regarding this purpose. It's interesting, the Hierophant is about institution. In the traditional tarot, it's about institution, it's about structure, it's about rules and regulations. And this is being released right now. Anything that has tried to control, that has tried to manipulate, that has tried to force us into being something that we are not, or force us into a box, whether it's race, gender, sexual orientation, the things that we choose to do as a career, how we choose to dress, how we choose to be in the world. The rules and regulations around that are falling away. People are now going to start, I think the stifling energy is going to become so undeniable that it is going to be something that people are going to finally be observing and saying, wow, I've actually been in a cage, or I've actually been, manipulated or controlled or indoctrinated in some way. That's what the Hierophant represents. In the traditional tarot, you'll see a pope or a high priest sitting on a throne, and it's a very, very structured card. What I've just noticed in this card is all the different religions, the symbols floating around him, and how free he looks. So this is about releasing those old structures. This is about integrating all of the lessons from every different aspect of life, and not being controlled or boxed into one dogma or one belief system, and not being fear-mongered into it either. It's about questioning that, and that's where the bloom happens. That's where the insights come from, is when we are able to remember that we are connected to Source, and that nobody else needs to mediate or needs to be party to our lives except ourselves and God. Anything else for Aquarius, please, and thank you. Wow. Another major arcana. So Spirit is really close to you, Aquarius, right now. Your guides are working with you. Your ancestors are working with you. You may be feeling close to your ancestors right now. You may be having intuitive dreams of your ancestors. There's so many major arcana here, and that's usually what happens. It's when the universe, when Source takes over to help and support us. And this is the strength that they are bringing in as well, for you to embrace both your beast energy and your light, your higher self and your 3D self. So being grounded in the physical world, but also being aligned with Source, and having the strength to move forward, because it does take strength to make big decisions, to take big leaps of faith. Another 8 card, and I feel like this is the strength coming in for you to be able to walk away from whatever situation this is that is holding you back from your light, from your purpose, from your gifts, the gifts that you have to offer to the world, Aquarius. Both 8 energies, which is prosperity. Strength is a card of Leo, so you could be dealing with a Leo, but I feel that it's more about your heart space, your solar plexus energy. You see where that heart is? It's sitting right over her solar plexus. And Leo is the solar plexus energy ruled by the sun. It's about identity, it's about self-worth, it's about self-confidence. And this is what is happening right now, is a lot of us are rebirthing our sense of self, rebirthing our self-confidence and our identity based on our communion and co-creation with Spirit and nobody else. Nobody else. No hierarchy, no structure, no other human being, no control, no manipulation. It's just us and Source. And that is where you are going to draw the strength from to move forward in this situation, Aquarius. That was a beautiful reading. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm sending you so many blessings and so much love on this journey. If this did resonate for you, please leave a comment or let me know what you are thinking in the comments. Until next time, Aquarius.